Anita Bryant is a former Miss Oklahoma, a pop singer with 3 gold records to her credit. Until just lately, she's been identified with nothing more controversial than orange juice. Well, today she's at the center of a human rights controversy raging in Dade County, Florida, where earlier this year the county commission made it illegal to discriminate against homosexuals in hiring and in housing. Miss Bryant is leading a counterattack. Extremely religious, she says she feels that God has singled her out to spearhead a crusade to prevent admitted homosexuals from teaching her children.
What a wonderful change in my life has been wrought since Jesus came into my heart. There is light in my soul for which long I have sought since Jesus came into my heart.
Jesus came into Anita Bryant's life 8 years ago, and since then, visits to churches to extol her reborn faith have replaced the USO tours to Vietnam she used to make with Bob Hope. Now she's become best known for her singing commercials.
And I wouldn't want anyone to go away disappointed this morning, so without further ado. Come to the Florida sunshine tree for fresh taste and orange juice naturally.
On her own grounds, she's taken on still another role as a crusader against Dade County's homosexual rights amendment. She will use any forum, the church pulpit, a letter-writing campaign, or television talk shows.
For several years I've been praying for God to revive America. And when word came that there was an ordinance in Miami that would allow known homosexuals to teach my children, God help us as a nation to stand in these dark days. There are many evil things that would claim, under the disguise of discrimination and under civil rights, would claim the civil rights of our children. And I know that God has put a burden on my heart and on Bob's. And once all of this mess is over with, we feel like God is leading us to start a ministry to the homosexuals.
Well, thank you so much for all the good work you do. From her supporters, Bryant has organized a group called Save Our Children. The campaign gathered 60,000 signatures and may force a public vote on the amendment. Their fight has provoked a counter-movement that has polarized the public.
We're praying for you and pulling for you.
Okay, keep it up.
Children, dear.
Ruth Shack is the county commissioner responsible for the amendment.
It is not illegal to be a homosexual in the state of Florida. I can't imagine living in a community that would say to a segment of its population, I'm sorry, we will not allow you to have a decent place in which to live. I'm sorry, you cannot hold a job here simply because of your particular preference.
Why don't you supervise now? You're the cookie maker.
Bryant's private life reflects the intensity of her belief in the old-fashioned virtues. In their 27-room waterfront villa in Miami Beach, the Bryants live the kind of family togetherness that is rare today. They say it's based on their faith. What Bryant preaches in public, she practices with her family. Her husband, Bob Green, who's her manager, and their 4 children, Gloria, Bobby, and the twins, Billy and Barbara.
Okay, stay to the right. We don't want to cream this car here. Billy, you're going to be on our basketball team, right?
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
Bryant, the pop singer, gets a little free publicity from a passing tour boat.
It's a number of hit records. Deeper roads in my little corner of the world.
Did you hear that guy giving all your names of all your records? We ought to put him on the payroll. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Anita Bryant.
Bryant will not perform in nightclubs or any other place that serves alcohol, but she earns $500,000 a year working the state fair and convention circuit. But no matter where, she never misses an opportunity to speak out for her cause.
I wouldn't be totally honest if I didn't share this with you, that I believe that more than ever before that there are evil forces round about us, even perhaps disguised as something good, that would want to tear down the very foundation, the family unit that holds America together.
Anita, you're a person with a rather sizable investment in your career. Why are you taking this stand now and perhaps jeopardizing that?
According to the Word of God, it's an abomination to practice homosexuality. And the same is true for, like, Archbishop Carroll, who took the stand that he would go to jail rather than to hire known homosexuals into their schools. And our pastor said that he would do the same and would even burn the school rather than allow them to be taught by homosexuals. And we feel as strongly. Now, so this county ordinance is asking us, in essence, to go against the law of Florida and to go against, even more important, what we believe is above the law of the land, God's law, whether you believe it in or not. Why should our civil rights be taken away from us?
Where is your human sense of decency and fairness to people who are different than you?
As long as they do their job and do not want to come out of the closet and force their homosexuality on me in the areas of business or in the schools, they can live their life, and we're not going out after their jobs or trying to get them out of their teaching jobs or housing.
It seems like when you talk about sex in Miami, and probably the rest of the country, although I haven't heard any talk in the rest of the country, people just panic.
Patricia Mosley is a PTA president and co-chairman of Clergy and Laity for Human Rights.
This ordinance that is being debated down here is not an ordinance on sin and not an ordinance on sex. It's an ordinance on civil rights and human rights. And I support the fact that any person that God put on the face of the earth is entitled to any job that they're able to do within the limits of their own capabilities.
The Anita Bryant, McCarthy, Nixon era has resurfaced again.
Robert Kuntz, the leader of the gay rights movement and co-author of the amendment, says the Bryant crusade is a witch hunt and that the issue is more than local.
And what we feel is that the community has already rejected that here in Florida in terms of voting for Carter. The president's statement has been human rights are absolute, and we've been saying it all along, whether it's in Moscow, Havana, or in Miami.
I want to thank you for your bountiful blessings and how you watch over and protect us.
For everything you gave us, and thank you for dying on the cross for our sins. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Anita, suppose one of your children came to you, or suppose you found out in some way that one of your children was a homosexual. What would you do?
Well, first of all, I would love them and not disown them because they're my children. And I would tell them that God loves them and that I love them very much. And I would try to deal with that problem in the light that God does, that He loves us as sinners, but He hates our sin, and that He cannot abide by sin. He cannot tolerate sin in our lives.
I'm not a theologian, but I can point to the same scripture and the same text and prove that men who cut the hair on their head and shave their face are an abomination in the eyes of the Lord.
Just biologically, that God made mothers so that we could reproduce. Homosexuals cannot reproduce biologically, but they have to reproduce by recruiting our children.
I have two children, one 13 and one 11, almost 14 and 12. I feel no threat to them at all. Their moral standards have been set at this age by my husband and myself in our home and in our church.
We're not pioneers in this effort in any sense. There are already, I believe, 36 or 37 communities already instituted this ordinance and have amended their discrimination ordinance to include this group. They see no changes in their lifestyle. They see no recruitment of their children. They see no aberrations of their morality.
The issue of homosexuals recruiting young children is a totally false issue. Child molestation is really a cloak for child molestation, and that issue is actually a heterosexual problem. In fact, in the state of Florida last year, we had 100,000 child abuse cases, of which 30,000 were recorded, and they estimated perhaps 1,200 kids were actually killed by their parents. That was not from the gay community, that was from the straight community. We're save our children when we really need them.
And Father, how I just thank you for your word that just guides and directs our very lives, that will guide and direct a government, a people, a nation, and especially relationship of family ties, like the relationship from wife to husband and husband to wife, and how to rear children. We thank you, Lord, for your for your word that is true even today, as it was yesterday and as it will be tomorrow.
Anita, have you had any particular personal experience that has made you so bitter about homosexuals?
I am not bitter about homosexuals. I want to tell you something, Barbara. What God's word says, that someone who practices homosexuality shall not inherit the kingdom of God. God is very plain on that.
I think that she is doing more for the gay community and more for the humanist movement than anybody else on this planet. I support everything that she's doing. I would like to see her have as much exposure as possible. I think that she is rallying the community together like I have never seen before. There's no way I could have done it on my own. And the gays are coming out of the closet like crazy. The non-gays and the gays are talking for the first time. There's absolute incredible dialogue in every level of this community. Every single family is talking about it. And who could have done it but Anita Bryant?
Whether Bryant's supporters are a majority or a loud minority will not be known until the people of Dade County make their decision.
There's a likely-looking spot to string him up. You fellas are going to be sorry you mixed up in this. This is one time we ain't taking orders from you. All right, I'm glad you got here. Get me out of this, will you?
Well, you got yourself into this, Dusty. Now you'll have to take what...
Oh, alibi. You ain't none of our business, confidentially speaking. Oh, fine couple of pals.
Go on with your party.
Cactus, get clear.
Let this be a lesson to you, Dusty.
Oh, hard crash.
When you make a bet to sing a song upside down, be sure you don't lose the bet. Now start singing.
There was a gal, her name was Sadie Mae. She packed her grip and slowly walked away.
She hadn't more than parted when all the trouble started. If she hadn't then, she'd be here today. Now Sadie took the road down by the creek and came face to face with a city chic. Now Sadie was a beauty and the chic, he was a cutie. So she made a dive and nabbed him the feet. Oh, the grass grows high on the mountain. There's a grave in the valley below. He got her on the run with a long squirrel gun. She's gone where the good hillbillies go. Oh, gee. Now Elmer, he loved Sadie all his life. He wanted her for her to be his wife. There sure was trouble brewing when much he was doing.
Uncle Larry, are you sure we're on the Range Busters Ranch?
Well, I'm sure this is their ranch.
Looks more like the annex to an insane asylum.
I'm not saying it isn't. Those are the Range Busters over there. We'll see what's up.
But the gun went off and knocked her in the creek. Yodeling. Oh, the grass grows high on the mountain. Oh.
Go on. What are you stuck?
Oh.
Howdy, Crash. Larry, you old buckaroo. Cut him down, boys, and let him drop on his head. It's about time you came to see us.
Crash, this is my niece, Miss Willard. When she heard I was driving out from Phoenix, she figured she'd like to come along for the ride.
You're the Range Busters?
That's right, ma'am. My name's Crash Corrigan. And that's my partner, Dusty King.
Howdy.
How do you do?
Hello, Larry.
Hello, Dusty.
Hi, Larry.
Alibi.
He sings much better right side up.
I'm sure he must.
And this is my other sidekick, Alibi Terhune.
Hello.
How do you do?
Oh, can I show you around the ranch, Miss Willard?
Now, wait a minute, Dusty. I came out here to talk to all of you boys.
This is a great-headed roundup.
I'll bet you chase them and Dusty rounds them up.
Bullseye from the start, ma'am.
They've always been like this, Dory. I'm afraid we'll have to get down to some serious business first, boys.
Well, we'll have to get to the ranch house then. It's just over the rise.
And when we get there, Alibi will make us some pink lemonade.
Well, I reckon you boys know that I've been a lawyer for Wells Fargo and East Coast for a long time.
Well, don't tell me they turned you loose.
No. I'm really in deeper than ever. That's why I drove out to see you boys today. I need your help.
We're at your service, Larry.
I only hope you don't want us to act like lawyer folk. Nothing as easy as that, Alibi. I want you boys to run down a band of highwaymen.
Now, that's more in our line.
There's a gang of outlaws active in the neighborhood of Stony Creek.
Stony Creek, that's 100 miles or so north of here, ain't it? Up near the border?
Yes, and the stage has been held up 3 times in the past few months. Always with a large shipment of money aboard.
And Wells Fargo has to...
Every dollar. The law in Stony Creek hasn't had much luck in tracking down the outlaws. So the company put it up to me to get them corralled. I couldn't think of anyone better able to tackle it than the Range Busters.
We were just saying today, if something would only happen.
Yeah, and you give us a nice band of renegades to trail.
Larry, you got yourself a 3-man posse.
Wells Fargo will make it worth your while. You'll be able to buy plenty more cattle after this job.
I'm glad you're all going to be in Stony Creek.
Don't tell me that you're going to go outlaw hunting.
Nothing like that. I'm going by stage to visit my brother Ernie, who has a ranch near there.
Be sure and look him up, Crash. You'll find him at the Diamond W Ranch.
Yes, sir.
We sure will.
Put down that rifle. Stay inside or you'll get hurt. Now get moving. Get up! Help! Help! Get up!
Sounds like it came from straight ahead.
You better get down and ride with the lady. She's bound to be a little nervous.
Hey, Crash, alibi. Look down there. Looks like he gave us the slip.
Maybe there wasn't nothing to it at all.
And maybe there was.
Well, we can't figure it out here. Why don't we try and locate the Diamond W ranch?
I don't like the idea of that hombre disappearing so sudden-like.
There's been a holdup, Mr. Douglas. I had hoped those outlaws had pulled stakes. Was anybody hurt?
No, boss. But the bandit got the money box.
Dan, you get over to the sheriff and make a report of it. Jake, take care of your horses.
All right.
Say, Tim, you're sitting there. I'll go and break the news to her.
I'll do it. You see that Jake makes a full report.
Miss Willard?
Yes.
I'm Tim Douglas, Wells Fargo agent. I promised your brother that I'd see you safely to the ranch.
Oh, couldn't Ernie come? Is he all right?
Of course he is. And I'll see that you get to him pronto.
Thank you.
What are you going to do about the stick-up, Denver? I'm getting some men together and going out after that outlaw. Maybe Dan and Jake here can give me a right description.
Well, I reckon it can. thought you were off riding range.
Where's Dory? Thought you were going to meet her at the relay station.
Yeah, I was, but something else turned. Tim Douglas said he'd see that she was driven out.
What's all the excitement? What do you got in that bucket?
None of your business.
Wells Fargo. So you're the one who's been holding up the stage.
I'd forget anything I saw, Ernie.
That's why you bought half interest in this ranch, for a cover-up.
I'm warning you, keep your mouth shut.
I'm turning you over to the sheriff.
No, you're not.
Doesn't seem to be any welcoming committee.
Maybe they're on dinner. My stomach tells me it's about time to eat.
Well, let's go in and find out.
Hey, fellas, look. He's dead.
Do you think it's Ernie Willard?
I don't know. We'll have to find somebody that knows him.
Between Stagecoach holdups and we're going to be right busy.
You better take it easy, miss.
It's Tex Laughlin, Willard's partner. Miss Willard, do you know these men?
Yes, I do. I knew they were coming to the ranch.
You any idea what happened here?
Why, no, I haven't the slightest idea.
Where's Ernie? Something may have happened to him.
Likely as not, he's out chasing the killers, ma'am.
Well, I better hurry into town and notify the sheriff. Oh, Miss Willard's bag.
I reckon we'd better go to the house, miss.
I just came to the Willard Ranch. Tex Laughlin's been shot and killed.
Yeah, we're just explaining that to the sheriff.
Let me see your waste of time, men. He's a renegade and a killer.
I'm taking him in, and that goes.
We got the say now, Sheriff. We'll hang him up.
Get after him!
Valley, you're leaving. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For you take with you all of the sunshine that has brightened our lives for a while. For a long time, my darling, I've waited for those sweet words you never would say. Now, alas, all my fond hopes have vanished, and they say you are going away. promised you, darling, that never would a word from my lips cause you pain. Now, alas, all my heart's lost forever. If only you'll love me again.
That was great.
Well, Dusty.
Oh, boy.
Help! Help! Range buster! There's a man went into the house.
You sure, Elmer?
Feel my heart. Oh boy, it's knocking wood.
Oh, we better go.
Let's just take it easy. Everything's gonna be all right. I just had to see you.
Ernie, tell me. Now my brother can tell you what happened. These are friends, Ernie. They're the range buffs.
Maybe you can set us straight. Do you know who killed your partner?
Yes. Tex is the one who's been sticking up that stage. He came in this afternoon with the money. I caught him red-handed. We shot it out. I was on the way into town with the stolen money when I ran into the sheriff and his posse. They tried to pin the whole up on me. They were going to string me up. I had to make a getaway.
Well, you'll just have to keep on being a fugitive until the outlaws are rounded up.
But I know Ernie didn't hold up that. I was on it, and the bandit's voice was not Ernie's.
Well, we believe you, man. But you being Ernie's sister, the sheriff would naturally suppose that you would say anything to clear him. It's the sheriff.
Ernie, you can't let them take you.
Just stay under cover and leave everything to us.
Please, come with me.
Sit down, Alibi. Come in. Why, hello, Sheriff.
Howdy. Howdy. Who are you fellas? I've never seen you around here before. We work here, but we haven't been here long.
I'm the new foreman of the Dime W, and these are two of my men. Anything I can do for you?
Yeah, we're looking for Ernie Willard.
Oh, well, he's out riding range this afternoon. He should be right back.
Well, I'll look around, Sheriff.
Is that you, Ernie? Oh.
Howdy, man.
How do you do?
Oh, Sheriff, this is Ernie Willard's sister. She came to pay him a visit.
I'm glad to know you, Sheriff.
And I'm glad to know you too, ma'am.
Did my brother come with you?
Well, no, he didn't. Well, Strike, I reckon we'd better be riding. And I'm sorry I bothered you, ma'am.
No bother at all, Sheriff. If you see Ernie, will you please tell him to hurry home?
I certainly will.
Good night. Ernie!
Ernie, you'll have to lay low until this whole thing is cleared up.
Well, I'm not going to hide. I haven't done anything.
But just the same, you'll be more help to us out of jail. Tex Laughlin wasn't in this alone.
It'd make it easier for us to work on the rest of them if they thought Ernie cleared out.
You're right, Dusty.
Well, what do you think I ought to do?
You know any place you can hide out?
Well, there's a line shack up hidden away up on the north section.
That'll do, Crash. Well, better go there and stay. We'll keep in touch with you.
I think I'll do a little tailing on my own, Sheriff.
Report in the morning, Strike. We're riding till we run him down.
Come on.
This is one of the places you'd head for. We got more for you than the sheriff has.
What are you fixing to do?
You'll see.
So you were tied up with that crooked partner of mine.
You'll find out.
Get up and get outside.
get down and get in that cabin. He showed up at that line shack just like we figured he would.
We got a better hideout for you right here.
You take care of him, Ace. I'll ride into town. Here's his gun. There's no shells in it.
We got a nice job picked out for you tomorrow. In the meantime, get in there.
What are you up to? You'll see. The boys are aiming to make this stick up a good one. Start moving. Out there and act like you're leading that hold-up. Remember...
We want that strong box.
Hey, Willard, as sure as you're born.
Yes, sir. 3 of them rode right out from behind the rocks, all dressed in black and with masks over their faces, yelling, "Pull up!" But did I pull up? No, sir. I threw the whip to those leaders of mine, and we made a run for it. It was a good race until he overtook it. One of them grabbed it by the rein and yelled back, "Pull up, or I'll jackknife your team and spill you all over the road." Well, there was nothing else to do except pull up. Then we had to heave over the strong box. When up rode Ernie as big as life and no mask over his face. He's the head of that gang, and make no mistake.
You're sure it was Ernie Willard?
As sure as I'm standing right here.
And I say that we ought to hang him.
Something done about him, yes, sir.
We ought to hang him.
That's what I say. Something ought to be done about him.
Meeting of the citizens tonight. Douglas tells me that Ernie Willard took today.
That's right, Sheriff. And they called him boss. I was just telling the boys.
I can't figure it. With a girl like Dory for a sister.
Jake just gave me an idea. Let's head for the ranch.
Dressed in black and had masks over their faces.
Dory! Oh, Dory!
We got some news for you.
Have you heard from Ernie?
Well, come on over here and sit down. We'll tell you all about it.
All right.
At least we know he's alive.
Oh.
The outlaws have got him.
That's breaking the news gentle-like. You can always depend on old alibi to mess things up.
Well, I only said what is a fact, didn't I? Well, you see, it's like this. We know that they have to keep him alive.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean that
The stage was held up today, and the outlaws used Ernie to make it look like he was leading them.
But we know that's not true.
And to prove it, we're gonna some bandits.
Yippee! Now for the dirty work. Let's go get 'em.
We're going to do that.
By putting a big shipment of cash on the stage. We're gonna call on Larry Meadows to furnish the money.
And then let the outlaws take it off the stage?
No, we're gonna take it.
You mean you're going to hold up the stage?
More than we're gonna dress all in black and be sure outlaws see us when we pull the stick up.
Well, what of them then?
Well, that's what we're gonna find out.
Alibi, come here.
What's a bothering you now, Elmer?
Who's going to take that money to the stage office?
Well, I am, I reckon.
That's what I was afraid of. You better take me along to protect you. What if you'd get held up? I could hide the money.
Well, that's a good idea, Elmer.
Take your fingers out of my mouth. What are you doing, pulling a tooth?
No, I'm not pulling your tooth. Just trying to get this money out of here, Elmer. After all, it's your idea. Gosh. There's a $10. Just a minute, you're $5 short. Wait a minute, here, one of...
Gosh, I like the pig that swallowed the poke. That money sure tastes bad. How long you had it?
Who is this little quirp?
If it wasn't for me, he'd be broke. I'm his...
Well, you sure don't look much like one.
Well, if you think that you look like a Wells Fargo agent, you're a loco.
You asked for that one to strike. That's a lot of money. Where do you want it sent? To Flying R Ranch, Dry Gulch, Arizona. There's your receipt. That'll soon be 500 new head of cattle on the Diamond W Ranch.
Well, come on, cowpoke. Let's go to the roundup. So long, hammerhead.
You better notify Ace and the boys they're riding this afternoon.
Here comes Alibi.
Sure hated to hand over all that good money.
Well, what are you worrying about? It wasn't yours. How do we look?
Colossal, in a small way. If I didn't know you fellas so well, I'd swear you was no outlaw.
Here, get into your outfit. Here comes the stage. Drop that strong box.
This ain't the place for the stick-up.
But I like this spot better. Now get going.
Holy, damn it! Help! Hit it!
What's going on down there? We better get them hombres. They're coming. When we get near the ranch, you fall out and trail those outlaws back to town.
You meet me later at the saloon.
That was them. They changed their clothes. From the Diamond W. We'll ride in and report to Tim Douglas.
Right.
Reckon nobody's home.
Oh, so now I'm nobody.
Howdy, Elmer. Where is everybody?
Listen to him. Where's everybody? What he means is where's that pretty girl? If you two weren't love blind, you'd see that note propped up on the door.
It's from Dory. I've gone into town with Tim Douglas. He thinks he knows where Ernie is. Dory. Oh, we're as dumb as a couple of locoed steers.
Something hit you?
Yeah, when I was reading this note. Tim Douglas. Why, that's what that stage driver said to me. This ain't the spot that Tim set for the stick-up.
Tim Douglas?
Sure as shooting.
Oh, Christ, we gotta prove it.
Yeah, but first, let's go into town and get alibi. Then we'll find a way to it.
Now, you'll have to do exactly as I tell you, Miss Dory, if you want to get your brother away safe.
Go to Ernie?
I'm positive of it. Now, one of my men found out where they're holding him prisoner. And I've sent out enough men to take care of the outlaws.
I'll always...
Come on in, Ace. What's wrong with you?
Plenty. There's been a stick-up.
Well, I knew there would be.
But it wasn't us. Those hombres from the Diamond W beat us to it.
Well, I expected something like that would happen. Do you know who they are?
Some no-good drifters, if you ask me.
No. Miss Willard, mean that they're the range busters.
The range busters? Why, I'll fill them...
Not so fast. Everything in its time. First, we'll let Ernie Willard be found. That'll satisfy public curiosity.
But Ernie Willard knows enough to hang all of us.
Not if he can't talk. Now, he'll be leaving the hideout this afternoon, headed south. You'll see that it doesn't get any further than High Point. He'll be driving a buckboard.
High Point, yeah?
Wait. You better let Red and Panhandle take care of it, and you stay at the hideout and see that Miss Willard doesn't go with her brother. I'll be out later.
What about the range busters?
That's why I want Miss Willard to remain. We'll use her to set up for them.
You think of everything, don't you?
If the sheriff don't bring in them outlaws pretty soon, I'm gonna quit driving the stage. It's getting so that every time I see a rider coming toward me, I stick up my hands. Hey, Joe. Come on, give the boys a drink of this good old Kentucky bourbon. Come on, boys, have a drink.
You quit drinking instead of quit driving the stage, and you'll be better off.
Huh?
Looks like Alibi's parked himself inside the saloon, all right.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Drink it down.
Any luck?
A little. They stopped and got into the regular togs at a shack in Pine Canyon. Then they rode into town, and one of them headed straight for the stage depot.
That's Jake's cargo office. Bring that stage drive about 5 minutes.
You know, I'm gonna wait right here till the sheriff comes. I got an idea. I know just exactly how to catch them outlaws. Hide in the strong box, 'cause that's what they're always after. Why don't you go home? I can't. The dog's in us.
Get mounted. I got a job for you two.
Hey, wait a minute. If Tim Douglas wanted to see me, why didn't he come to the saloon?
Oh, come on. I hope Alibi gets here before Douglas shows up.
You're telling me. Oh, here he comes now with the stage driver.
Here's your stage driver. Where's Tim?
This wasn't the spot that Tim set for the stick-up.
Who told you to say that?
Why, that's what you said to the hombre that held up the stage.
Ah, you're loco.
Maybe so, but just the same, that's what you said to me.
Oh, so you was a stick-up man.
And you talked yourself right into a tangle.
Now come clean.
Well, what do you want from me?
Who planned that stick-up?
I don't know.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't have anything.
Well, then who did it?
Well, it was,
Who was it?
was Tim Douglas.
And who else?
Strike Cardigan.
Turn him over to the sheriff. And let him talk all he wants to. After you deposit that barman, meet us out in Pine Canyon. We're riding out there now. Let's go, Dusty.
Come on, I don't want to miss any of the fireworks.
Did Strike get here? He's inside with a girl and her brother. The kid's kind of acting up.
Maybe I can calm him down.
I tell you, sis, I'm not going to run away.
But Tim Douglas wouldn't advise you wrong.
I'm sure it's for the best, Ernie.
Well, it looks like you all can't agree.
I tell you, I'm not running out.
But the way things stand, I
Figure out what you're doing here, why you're mixed up in this, or him.
They're trying to help you.
it's plain enough, isn't it? My men found this hideout, and the bandits lit out. Instead of taking you into the sheriff, they reported back to me. Think that over, Willard. They got Jake. Keep your voice down. Now, what is it? Those hombres from the Diamond W. They cornered Jake and made him spill everything he knew about the stick-up.
They'll have the sheriff on all of us. I'm pulling out of here.
Looks like I'll have to handle you, too.
I said I'm pulling out of here, and you ain't gonna stop me.
I'll catch up with you, Strike.
Not this time, you won't.
range busters.
Did you hear what he said, Ernie? Don't go in there.
Here! Help! Help!
I think there's the place Tim mentioned. We can pick them off easy from here.
The shot came from that direction.
One of them's getting away. Looks like Douglas.
Nice work, Ernie. Here's another one for the jail alibi.
Come on, we got a nice cell of southeastern exposure for you.
Well, so long, Ernie. So long, Alibi.
I'm sure glad we can leave Diamond W with everybody knowing you was innocent.
Well, I can thank the range busters for that.
And Tim Douglas can thank them for being in jail for the next 10 years.
I wonder where them ornery partners of mine are.
going to be lonesome here without you boys around.
Well, we don't hanker to leave.
Maybe we don't have to hurry away, Crash.
Why, that'd be wonderful.
It's always like this. We think it's over, and it only begins.
Sheriff, you better do your duty. If you don't, one of them pals of mine is going to steal Dory away from you as sure as shooting. This ought to do the trick.
Howdy, Sheriff.
Why, Denver, I didn't know you were here.
I got business, ma'am. I hold a warrant for the arrest of 3 men known as the Range Busters.
Say, what's this all about?
That the said Range Busters on date aforesaid did stick up and, in addition, hold up the Wells Fargo stage.
Well, fine stuff.
I'm sorry, boys, but you'll have to ride into town, so you better hop into your saddles.
Hey, boys, how about me? Can't I go to jail, too?
I reckon jail won't be any worse with you around.
Well, goodbye, miss.
Goodbye, Miss Dory.
Good luck, boys.
Here, take care of your offspring.
Dusty, Crash. If you follow me, we can get away from that small-time sheriff.
Why, it's nothing but a blank piece of paper.
I know it. It's just something alibi framed up. It's the only way it could get him to ride. You know, Miss Dory, it ain't easy for a man to leave a pretty girl like you.
Does that go for you too, Denver?
It sure does.
We'll be seeing you, folks.